Hey everybody, we are outside the new DARRAN showroom on the 3rd floor, and Matthew is about to take me for a tour, and I can't wait. Here we go. We are talking new. Everything's new.
Everything's new.
With DARRAN, new showroom, new floor, and I'm gonna have a good time with you, Matthew, the creative director of DARRAN. You gotta tell me all about it.
The idea behind the space was really this idea of warm and welcoming and highly inviting space. We want everyone to feel appreciated in our space. A lot of spaces, whether it's showroom or corporate environments, are really geared towards a reflection of the brand, and we want to be more geared towards a reflection of how we feel about our customers and how people can leverage product to show an appreciation for the people that occupy their spaces.
I love that.
Yeah. So it's reflective in all the architecture, the soft forms on the ceiling, the floor with its flowing lines, the color on the floor, all the way through to the ceiling. So it was really important for us to have an immersive experience.
Yeah, I mean, curves are in, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But curves and also this sort of like soft, earthy tones, like you said, different textures, because we're seeing this beautiful tile work. From the tip top to the floors.
To the floors,
It's all about comfort, and I mean, look, it's super chic. So, all right, so take me around. Talk to us a little bit about the architecture.
Well, we went on a tour of some of Chicago's hospitality spaces with Sarah Kuchar. And we saw a lot of these old Chicago buildings with these arches, the glass, you know, these kind of antique elements that bring a sophistication to it without being very distinct, right? We're kind of making it our own at the same time. And then we partnered with Turf on the sound clouds as
Fantastic.
well.
We love them too.
Yeah.
Everything has kind of a touchy-feely moment. We're walking through, and I kind of want to touch everything, right?
Very intentional.
Yeah.
Everything in here is highly tactile.
Yeah.
You know, people like to pet things, and it produces that hormone that eases anxiety. And that's really indicative in Chrissy's chair, which is up in the front window. Chrissy's chair, it's called Fionn, which is kind of a derivation of tender warrior in Gaelic language. We went through many iterations, all kinds of different designs, and we kind of landed on this as this full volume, full form chair. It is intentionally scaled a little bit smaller, so it's not so intimidating, it's approachable. And Chrissy really wanted it to have this sense of nurture around it. And the seat's intentionally this faux fur for that petting action again, keeping it very tactile.
Nice.
The base is perfect, you know. It's not the typical 4-star swivel base. It's kind of a overturned basket. It reminds me of a peach basket in a way. This one is satin gold, but we can powder coat it in multi-colors.
By the way, I love this little table.
That Susu table, that was launched last year.
I love it so much. This is so cute.
Yeah, it was kind of a serendipity. We happened upon this totem language in some of our imagery, and we leveraged that in the showroom with the accessories, and then we developed this stool. We were really taken by the totem, and these are solid wood forms that we had shaped and painted, and when we were in Salone, we saw a lot of this push and pull of gloss and natural wood. So we leveraged that here, and they became so much fun and whimsical that we decided to make a whole bunch and put them in the showroom. And it speaks to the language of the showroom really well.
Let's talk about Honey.
Honey was launched 3 or 4 years ago. It was initially like these hoteling spots where people can pop in and pop out, and the Honey can be configured in many different ways. You can attach panels and panels and panels till you go all the way to the end of the building.
Like a honeycomb.
Like a honeycomb, exactly. Height adjustable tables are available, or desks, and then fixed height as well.
I like that it also looks like architecture, right? So as it grows, it becomes more like a piece of architecture in the space. Yeah, it's fantastic. So Matthew, let's talk about soft seating.
DARRAN's been known in the past for Honey, which is a system, and then case goods. And they started as a case goods company with very little seating. And as our work world changes, ancillary is much more important. So leveraging our skill set in terms of understanding the contract market into soft seating was important for us as a company to keep growing, to come up with ideas and work with designers, and to really address the needs and come up with positive solutions that affect people's lives, to me is super satisfying. And to see it come to life onto the floor, and then to see it in spaces, you know, out and about, it's really rewarding.
So you are in a different way. So you have a lot of soft seating now.
Yeah, we have a lot of soft seating. Last year we launched 2 soft seating collections. This year we have 4 new soft seating collections and then 3 guest chairs that we're launching as well. So we're really pushing hard into the A&D market.
The curves also show up in this seating.
Yes, and when we leaned into refreshing our guest chair line, and the idea was to put the word guest back into guest chairs, because so often they're kind of too formal, they're not comfortable, or they're just there because someone needs a chair in front of a desk. So this one is Uplift right here, and then in the collection there's also Daydream and Heartfelt.
Which, by the way, this chair is extraordinarily comfortable.
Yes. So we were able to work with a manufacturer, multiple iterations to get the pitch exactly right, the curve exactly right. The seat is sprung really nicely, so it's nice and soft, but it has a good resiliency. And we were able to use modern manufacturing to get all these soft forms in the wood.
That's exciting.
Yeah, very exciting.
The color palette is so sophisticated, so chic. Tell me how you got there.
When we look at our colors, we want all of them to be approachable, to be familiar. You know, like brick is very common in North Carolina. We have a lot of forestry there that speaks to these beiges and things like that. The red clay soil in North Carolina.
Very earth, like
very
of the earth.
earthy. Really break away from that white box. That was so important for us because a white box almost feels like a temporary space.
Yeah,
like you don't
that's true.
belong there.
That's true.
So.
The old spaces that were more like a white box, a gallery space, don't touch. Now we've come full circle is come in, be welcome, touch everything.
Exactly. And you know, being in the Mart is super important for us.
Yeah.
And being on the 3rd floor was kind of the next step in our evolution. We want to elevate our space. Some of those spaces, beautiful, but they're not indicative of who we want to be. So we really wanted to get away from that don't touch, and we wanted to really leverage like come on in.
Warm, welcoming, come on in. We want to see you at the new DARRAN showroom on the 3rd floor.